Hi guys, it's Katie from Created by Katie. Welcome to my video tonight. If you came here looking for a live video, which I really hoped was going to happen, that did not happen. I'm going to just keep working on it because I would really like to do a live event on my YouTube channel, but it just didn't work out this week. I was close and I just finally said enough. I need to move on. I have other things that need to be getting done. And so I thought, since I couldn't be doing this live like I wanted to, I would just record this and I will be playing this on my YouTube channel, and I will put it up live about 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And at 6:30 I will be here live and I can chat with you. So if you want to chat, just leave a comment in the bottom of this video and I will comment back anything that you want to know, whether it's regarding the Workshop on the Go card making kit or any other workshop on the go, close to my heart, blogging, YouTube, any of that. I would love to chat with you. So I've got my hot chocolate ready and I'm ready to chat. So if you guys are watching this tonight and that's what you came for, please feel free to tune in and chat with me. I'm really excited to be working with this Workshop on the Go. This is the card making guide and this is awesome. I love kits, especially this time of the year when it's Christmas. And we want to be getting a lot of our holiday cards out. And sometimes coming up with the idea is the biggest part of the battle. And so this has the idea and it has everything that you need here. Almost everything that you need. But really, you can do this easily in an evening. I'm only going to be making one of each of the cards, but I wanted to kind of go through this with you. In your Workshop on the Go kit, you're going to get this full color guide. It's beautiful. Features the cards that we're making. On the first page, I don't want to change anything, so I'm not going to zoom in, but it does list the things that you're going to need. The things that we are going to need for this are inks, liquid glass, foam, the mini stapler, a corner rounder, and our blocks. And then it gives you the 3 sketches that we're going to be using. On this page, it gives you the diagrams. Now you got 1 sheet of cranberry, 2 sheets of fern, 2 sheets of white daisy, and 2 sheets of pattern paper. And this tells you exactly how to cut every one of those sheets. The last white daisy piece is on the back. So I've already done that. I went ahead and I pre-cut everything. And I wanted to show you guys. This is how much paper I have left. That's quite a bit of paper. I can make at least 2 or 3 more cards from this. And I've got my branding strip. I'm going to use this somewhere. So that is a lot of paper left over. But I've got everything else here already pre-cut and kind of set aside. Now the good thing about this is you're cutting 5 of everything because you're making 5 of each card. So that's kind of easy to know. We also have some thick twine and some bitty sparkles that we're going to be using. Those came in the kit, as well as the stamp set, the Card Making Workshop stamp set. The fun images mimic the paper, the pattern paper that we'll be using. So also in here, there are 3, and these are fairly large, full color images of the card. The 3 cards that we're going to be making. And they have steps. They don't walk you through this step by step for each stamp and card, or for each card, but they do give you little hints. And based on looking at the picture, looking at the sketches and what you cut out, it kind of can tell how to put this together. You can also totally take this totally different and do your own thing. That's always a plus as well. The other thing I forgot to mention was the card bases and the envelopes that come in here. So of course you're gonna have 15 of those. 15 envelopes and 15 of the white, they're already scored card bases. So there, again, cuts down your work when you're making these cards. And the other good thing about this is once you're done with this, you can keep this for future reference, and you can pick out your own papers, maybe not necessarily Christmas themed. Maybe you needed some birthday cards and you want to sit down. You can pick out your pattern papers and your cardstocks that go together, or maybe you purchased another paper kit, like say the Kaleidoscope paper kit, and you've got the pattern paper and everything. You can use this again and create cards similar. So that is pretty cool. These are examples of 2 other workshops on the go. This is the White Pines scrapbooking, and this is the Kaleidoscope birthday card making kit. So we have lots of different workshops on the go, and they are just really fun, especially, like I said, this time of the year when we are, you know, wanting to kind of zip things up and do things quickly because we don't have a lot of extra time. So I'm gonna get started with the first card, and just based on what I see from the picture here, of course I need a card base, and it looks like I need one of these larger of the cranberry cardstocks, and then it looks like one of the larger pieces of white, and to me it also looks like I need 2 of those. Yep, okay. And then these are double-sided, so you can use either side. Yep, it looks like it's that one. And I'm gonna need some twine, and then I'm gonna need my stamps. So for card 1, it says stamp, assemble, and embellish, and basically they are just trusting that you can look at the image and create your card. There are some tips here using the ink, and then trimming, tying a knot, and stapling, and then using black ink to create the border. So let's go ahead and create this first card. I'm just gonna kind of set that up there out of my way. And maybe I will zoom in just a smidgen so you guys can kind of see. So I think the first thing that I want to do is stamp the sentiment. Now, I don't know about you, but especially this board, I like to put this foamy stuff that comes with your stamp set underneath my cardstock because I feel like then it stamps quite a bit better. So I'm starting out with the Happy Holidays, and I'm using cranberry ink, and I'm using the pigment inks just because that's the color that I have right now. And let's see, I kind of want this like right about halfway. Perfect. Okay, that's awesome. And next I'm going to stamp these leaves, little leaf thing, in Fern, and it looks like this one is right above this. Beautiful. Now the pigment inks are different than the dye inks, and that they are a little bit juicier and sometimes might come off a little bit wetter onto the paper, and they do take a little bit longer to dry for sure, but they are just as good, and really they are just as fun. So I don't mind working with them until I get more of the regular ink pads. And now I've got the From Our Home to Yours. Stamp that right there. Beautiful. Now, It's not perfect, but this is what I like to say, and this is something I got from some of my stamp ladies at our club, that if it was perfect, it would have came from Hallmark. So all of these little imperfections that you see are on purpose, right? Okay. So you can probably just see that that is just quite a bit juicier. So I'm gonna set it off to the side here and let it dry. And I'm going to stamp the little squiggly lines. Is that what we're gonna call them? The little squiggly lines, squiggly doodahs. Okay, I'm gonna stamp those in black. I'm trying to get them straight on here. Perfect. No, straight. There we go. And stamp those across here. These are fun. That is a fun little embellishment. I love that. Cute. Okay. So now all of my stamping for card number 1 is done. Let me close my ink pad without getting black ink all over my white shirt. Okay, I just took a little minute there and cleaned up my stamps for round 2. And now I'm ready to put everything together. So I'm adhering these little green strips at the bottom and then at the top. And I'm kind of making sure that my little hoop-de-loos go in as they should. Okay, so there's that. And now I'm gonna adhere this piece, and this is one that you could probably do either way, totally up to you, but it does kind of have the tree pattern there that I want to be on the background. And then I'm gonna add my twine. And let's see, let's find the end. Where's the end? It's always got to be hidden away somewhere, right? Is that it? Nope. There we go. Okay. So I think I'm just going to trim this and then use my stapler. Okay, so I've got that on there, and now I'm ready to adhere this. And I think that this is probably best going to be adhered with foam tape. I think that's going to help. Whoops, I got some green stuff on my scissors. I think the foam tape will help kind of pop it up over that twine. Ooh. There we go, like so. And I wasn't very careful about the red, but that's all right. I'm okay with it. Like I said, we can't be perfect. And because of that, I'm gonna put my adhesive right here and then put this on here like so. And there we have our first card. That was super simple, right? Yay! Okay, so there's card number 1. Now let's move on to number 2. And again, it looks like we need our card base. Okay. Then it looks like we have one of these longer strips. And once again, either side, I really like the red, like they have it. We need one of our square greens and one of our square whites, and then one of these ones. Oh, I just remembered something that I forgot on this card, and that was to add some of the Bitty Sparkles to our little flowers there. Where is my quick stick pen? Get that right in the middle. I am so excited about these cards. They are so pretty, and I think that they are going to be, oh, I lost it. There it is on my finger. Very welcomed for Christmas cards this year for friends and family. So I'm excited for this class on Sunday. All right, so there we go. So I have everything here, it looks like. I can move this out of the way. Everything for card 2. So I'm going to put this back up here and get this ready. Okay, I am ready for number 2. And by looking at the picture, it looks like I need to round the corners. So here you go. Here is my dinosaur corner rounder, huh? Awesome. So I'm just rounding opposite ends, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the green. Okay, and if I can adhere the green, it's ready to go. And it's about, let's see, it doesn't say, but it's kind of over here in the, if you were to divide this up into thirds, it was about in the 2/3. So it's kind of bringing your eye over to the side. Next is our pattern paper. Add that right about there. And I'm gonna add this strip. I think it'll work on here if I'm very careful. My adhesive, yep, just above that. And at this point too, I can take one strip of the twine and add that on with my stapler. I know I'm kind of getting going here, and I hope that you guys are seeing everything and I'm not off to the side or down below too much. Okay, so this part is ready. Now it's just time to stamp. Okay. Okay. So I've got my wreath here and I'm ready. I better make sure I have this turned correctly. And this is the cashmere, and again this is the pigment ink. And I guess this doesn't really matter because we're going to kind of be covering it up. Beautiful. Beautiful. And now, using the cashmere, we're stamping the wreath, sprigs, and berries. Okay, so this is what I would call the sprigs. And this is going to be again in the fern. And it looks to me, maybe that's not, nope. That's not the one we want. We want these guys. And this, we're kind of just winging it. However we want. We've created a focal point here, or we will be creating a focal point here. So we're kind of branching out from that. Okay, so there's one. Let me take that off of there and get the other one on. and we'll be coming from the bottom this time. Like so. Okay. There are some other little, I don't know, these are kind of just little green dots, and it does look like they have a few of those in there, so why not? Let's just add a little bit to that. And then we can move on to the red, which are these little red berries here, and then these red sprigs, what they call them. I'm not great on my lingo and terminology for all this stuff, but it's all right. We're just having fun, which is what all of this should be, is fun. And if you're not having fun, then you probably should be finding a different hobby, huh? So if I just pop some red in there in random places, just kind of really makes it pop out. Okay, so that is our stamping for that. Now we need to add our sentiment. Okay, and I've got Merry Christmas here, and I'm inking this up in cranberry ink. Pretty. That looks good to me. I love it. Okay, we're almost done with this card. The next thing that I'm going to add is a little bow. And I'm just going to kind of take the two together. However you make bows, this is kind of how I'm doing it. And it works for me. Just kind of fuss with it a little bit there. Okay, and then I'm going to trim it off so it's kind of equal. All right, and okay, I'm going to just use some glue dots for this. I think what they were planning on doing was using the liquid glass, but because I kind of want this to be done and dried. So now, like I've said, we kind of have our focal point here, and the things are coming out from around it, and we are ready to stick this on the front of our card. And I'm going to do that again with some foam tape. And because things are wet from the ink, I'm going to stick the foam tape on like so. Peel it off. And adhere this card. And there we go. There is card number 2. Very fun, huh? Now you could add some of the bling into there if you wanted to. Embellish a little bit more if you want. But I really like how it is right now. So I'm gonna leave it like so. Okay, we are ready for our last card. Let's get our card base to start with. And then we need a sheet of the large green cardstock, a sheet of this cardstock, this pattern paper, a strip of the red. It looks like one of the large strips of white, and then one of, sorry if my arm is in the way there, the smaller ones, and then one of these for our image, and we are good to go. Okay, so let's put this one together quickly. My husband is just pulling up here. Whoops, I'm not going to adhere that yet because I need to stamp that. So we'll see if we can get this done before he gets home. So now this one is notched. I'm gonna show you how I do that. And I just put a little trim like so. And like so. And then I can adhere it. Okay, now I'm ready to stamp my tree. Now this is what I guess I would call two-step stamping. Okay, so I've got my green, the large solid image. Really making sure that I've inked it up good. And I'm going to stick that where I want it to go. Beautiful. And now I'm going to get this image and I'm going to stamp it in black. This image also could be colored in if you wanted to, but with the beauty of clear stamps, yay, look at that. Very pretty. So I'm going to do the same thing with the star. There we go. Okay. And then stamp this one in black over the top of it. Beautiful. And the only one that I have left then is to fill in the trunk of the tree. And I could have done that before too, but I wasn't really thinking I could eyeball that very well. Okay. And at this point, the only other stamping that I have is the sentiment, which is "Oh Christmas Tree." And I'm gonna stamp that. Yeah, I'll stamp it in red. This is cranberry. I keep calling it red, but it is called cranberry. Okay, all of my stamping is done. Okay, I'm ready to put this on the front of the green cardstock. Like so. Put that out of the way. And I've cut some more of the green twine. And before I do that, I'm gonna put some foam tape on our sentiment. And I might just pop that up kind of in the middle there. And then I'll tie this, and it looks like it's just a knot in the front. I probably cut way too much there, but that's okay. I can use those scraps to make the other bows on the other cards. Okay, so there's that. Now, the next step, oh, my light fell down here. All right, to finish this one off, we're just putting some of these little gems on there, and I'm just using my, I'm gonna attempt to use my quick stick tool and put them on here. And if you hear pitter patter in the background, Riley is in here with me, hanging out. Aren't you, Riley? Oh. Yeah. Nobody wants to hear you whining today. There. Maybe that would just be easier if I did that. Yes. If I use the tool correctly, that would be the best. So this you can kind of do you know, however you want. You could add your own things. You could add other embellishments too if you wanted to. It's totally up to you, because these are your cards. These are just kind of ideas to get you going, but they do make super fun cards. So I'm ready now to, oh, that one didn't stick. I think I had it on there wrong. Okay, I'm ready to stick this on, and I'm going to use some more foam tape for this to adhere it to the front of this card base. I love having all that dimension, but if you don't, you definitely do not have to do that. Make sure that it's kind of centered. That's very fun. And I just love the offset way between the two white pieces there. And now we are ready to put this on the front of our card. And we are done with the third card. Now, if you're doing all of these at one time, of course it's going to even go faster, because as you're stamping, you could be stamping all of the green trees, then all of the black trees. You can just assembly line it and it'll go even quicker. There's our first card, and here is our second. So there is all three of the cards, super fun and super easy, from the White Pines Workshop on the Go card making kit. I hope you guys enjoyed that tonight. I hope that you pick up this kit. I will have a link in the bottom of this video if you're interested in purchasing this kit. You can see how easy it is to create 15 cards. That could be a big chunk of your cards for your holiday sending. And I hope you enjoyed today's video and that you come back for more. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good evening. Bye.